so much for joining us. Today, I am with Susan Jarboe and Kathy Cronin, and I've got the topic. I hope you really enjoy it. But before we get to that, as always, let's open in prayer. I invite you to get comfortable as we get centered. Close your eyes if you'd like to. Take a breath and turn within, knowing that here and now all of our needs are met. We call forth the divine wisdom, divine love, and divine healing to be with us in this very moment. We are wise. We are healed. We are loving. And we are so ready to enjoy this panel discussion. So it is. Amen. Okay, so perhaps you remember the book, Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I don't even remember when it came out, but I was looking through the workbook and it's the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff workbook. Exercises, questions, and self-tests to help you keep the little things from taking over your life. I have been enjoying this workbook. I don't even know where the book is, but um, I found one that I thought I could share, and I'd love to hear your comments as well as my wonderful panel. It's called Experiment with Your Back Burner. I think it'll make sense as I read this. Using your back burner means allowing your mind to solve a problem while you are busy doing something else. The thoughts and ideas we feed the back burners of our minds must be left alone to simmer properly. The simple technique of gently holding a problem in your mind without actively analyzing it will greatly reduce the stress and effort in your life. Well, that sounds good, doesn't it? So here's the 3 steps. Do you use your back burner to solve your problems? If not, try this exercise. 1. In a single sentence, write down what it is you're trying to solve or work out. Phrase it in the terms of a goal, not a problem. Be sure to use lots of active words. Okay, that's the first step. Second step, make a list of ingredients you want to put on the back burner, thoughts that may help you to reach your goal. This is a brainstorming list of anything that might pop into your head while you're formulating your question. Some ingredients may not make any sense at first, but list them anyways. Your back burner has ways of making connections you might not think of. And here's step 3. Make a more thoughtful list of issues related to what you're trying to solve. For example, how will the solution relate to other people, to helping you? What will you achieve by finding an answer? Then once you have your lists, don't think about it. Go do something else. There's something so powerful about writing things down and putting them into an order that it starts your subconscious, your divine mind working on the solution. I found that to be fun and helpful because I often have things running through my mind that really do distract me. And if I don't find the answer right now, I find myself getting depressed and less enthusiastic about other things that I'm doing. So personally, I love the idea of writing it all down, putting it in order, listing the ingredients, ideas that are bubbling up, and then just letting it simmer on the back burner. I'm giving it to my panel. What do you think, ladies?
You used the word brainstorming, and that I think is a really good idea. One of the things about brainstorming, though, that we tend to do is we'll come up with an idea and then we'll evaluate it. Oh, that's a good one. Or no, I don't want to do that. And in brainstorming, you should stop all that commentary, all that judgment of the idea, to separate idea generation from idea evaluation.
That's really interesting. I remember working out of that workbook several years ago. And it was the cliche, don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. Yeah. And this topic that the back burner goes back to when I was working on my master's and we always had to write the papers. One of the things that I learned was I would gather up the information about what I needed to do, and courses I was taking was like problem solving. So it was like, okay, here's the situations. I would read those about an hour before I'd go to bed, and then I turn it over to God to solve the problem. And in the morning, I was able to write my paper with clarity and continuity rather than being jumbling around. And so it's something that I learned a long time ago about just putting it on the back burner and letting it go into my subconscious, because then it'll get clarity where I'm, in the conscious level, I'm throwing too many other ideas. And like Susan said, brainstorming, we come up with an idea, but then we evaluate it. Well, it can work or it can't work. And what about this and about that? I also have learned that when I'm really overwhelmed, it's when I have to throw it to the back burner and sort of say, I can't deal with this right now, but there'll be a solution later. I'll get my answer, or it'll come to me. Give me 24 hours to figure it out, or whatever I need. It's just this sort of like letting it, instead of making a rash and quick decision, if it's something major, it's like give me that time to just set it down and let it simmer. And I'm going to create a really good stew out of this. And rather than stewing over it, I'm just going to let it simmer and, you know, come to full flavor and fruition. And I just have been using that through my whole life, is how I've worked through situations. And it really is, it's a great way. But I think in the aspect of that is just recognizing that we're turning the situation, we're letting it go, and we're turning it over to divine guidance and wisdom. And that's the aspect, is that's a much more powerful mind than the current one that I'm sitting here with talking and rambling on about. It's like that divine mind has the best answers. And if I truly trust there and let it go to that, it will come up with the answer. So, yeah, so often. And I just sort of say, yeah, I'll figure this out in time and stop worrying about it. So, I don't worry as much anymore, because I know if I just, it'll all come in its time. So thank you, for sharing your thoughts and for bringing this topic, Reverend Linda. It's been a while since probably many of us have, you know, been refreshed on don't sweat the small things. And it was a great, method of changing a lot of people's thinkings and things like that. So, I appreciate it. Anybody have anything else they want to add?
Well, just one quick thing I've observed about myself is that sometimes it takes me a while to think, oh, I could turn this over to God. There's something in me, and maybe in a lot of other people too, that sort of thinks, well, I should be able to figure this out. And that's not healthy psychology either. So I hope everybody remembers that they have a back burner and that God is near that back burner.
Well, thank you. Actually, God is fueling that back burner. So it's a great way to think about it. So thank you. If no one else says anything, I'd like to close this in prayer and take this moment to express our appreciation for the thoughts and the wisdom and the guidance, and knowing that there are ways of having solutions, that we don't need to solve all the problems, that God is waiting and willing for us to turn it over to him. We can let this simmer into that which is for our highest good, and we can open our minds to understanding that is that it is here, and the answers will come when we need to know them. We thank you for these thoughts. We thank you for the panel and those who join us, who come to this to be enlightened, to share their thoughts and their ideas. And we invite others to join us. And God, we know you are guiding those who might be inspired to do so. So we thank you for this moment and this time. Amen. So if you like this topic or you have any feedback you want to give us, you can always leave a comment below, or you can hit the like button. If you hit the little bell, you'll get subscribed to getting the notifications whenever we post. And we'd love to have you, if you're not already a subscriber, to, add on as a subscriber. Join our panel. You're more than welcome to come and share your thoughts. The more the merrier, the greater wisdom that comes together when more people are joining and sharing their perspectives on where we are in our lives. And we really look forward to everyone's feedback and open ourselves to that which, God is leading us to do. So we thank you for being with us today, and hopefully you'll join us again in the near future. And bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.